Hello everyone and welcome back to Data Cloud Now's live coverage of Snowflake Summit in Las Vegas, the world's largest data and AI conference. I'm now joined by Satyen Sangani, CEO and co-founder of Alation, along with Prakash Jaganathan, Senior Director, Enterprise Data Platforms Engineering at Discover Financial Services. Gentlemen, such a pleasure having you on the program today.
Amazing to be here. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.
You know, to start with, Satyen, can you please give an overview for the audience watching of Alation?
So, look, if you're watching this, you realize that there is so much data out there and so much data inside of Snowflake, and the world of data is only growing, and that's true here in Las Vegas, that's true at every single one of our customers, some of whom are massive global 2000s like Discover. And these companies have a really big, hard time managing their data, organizing their data, and most critically, getting people to use their data. And that's where Alation comes into play. So we describe ourselves as a data intelligence platform, and what we mean by that is that we bring intelligence to your data so that your average person can use it, and the organization can comply, and we can make sure that it's used correctly and appropriately, and people can get value out of it so they can move their businesses forward.
Great to have a baseline and great to have one of your customers joining us here with Discover Financial. Prakash, would love some background on your role and what does being data-driven mean for Discover?
I manage the data platforms and particularly the data management platforms within Discover. Before I expand on my role, I would like to talk about what data-driven means for Discover. By being data-driven, it means that any decisions we make, big or small, by executives or just a summer intern, all our actions driven by data. Whether we extend credit to a customer, whether we detect fraudulent transactions, whether we underwrite a loan, whether we provide excellent customer service or manage our risks, all our actions are driven by data more so than expert judgment. And I'm a technology enabler for this data-driven culture that we have at Discover. My team develops the platforms that provide a single pane of glass for all our data constituents to actually find the data that they need, ensure that it's fit for use, ensure that it's of good quality, and then take it for a spin, analyze and produce insights so that they have more time right now to come up with product innovations, creating new customer experiences, and managing risks for our customer and the company. And all happens with global productivity boost that we get with the power of a data catalog.
Love to hear about the data culture at Discover. Thank you for the background. Satyen, in today's hyper-competitive world, organizations invest in various tools to become data-driven. However, this can lead to complex data environments. How does Alation solve these challenges for your clients?
So, you would think that you could organize the mess of data, right? You could think that if I just buy this next technology, everything's going to be better and it's going to all be organized. But the irony of being data-driven is that if you have data, you just ask more questions. And then the more questions you ask, the more data you get. And then the more data you get, the more questions you ask. And so you're never, and then you build more AI models. And then you build more machine learning models.
Seems
and then
complicated.
You get more customers.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And so you're never going to get ahead of this because being good means that you're only more data-driven, you're only deluged with more data, you only have more people asking questions. So being good means that there is a lot of complexity, and so what you need to do is not try to stymie the complexity or to end the complexity, which is how people have reacted historically. What you've got to actually do is say, wait a second, I need to follow the change that's going on in my organization. I need to enable people so that when they have a question, we can get them an answer. And so what Alation really does is it sort of contends with all that change. It constantly is tracking what's happening in your people's questions, what data is actually being onboarded, what data is being deprecated and taken away. And when you get that understanding of your data environment, you then know how to manage it. What to make more available, what to document, what to curate, what to govern. And those questions then allow you to become even more data-driven at an accelerated pace. And so what we basically help do is to do what they're already doing, but way better, way cleaner, way faster, so that anybody, like Prakash and his team at Discover, can get the right data.
Prakash, would love from Discover's standpoint, why is trusted data for your team and how are you using Alation to improve that trust of your data assets?
Trust in data is everything. speed does not come if you don't have trust in the data that you're using. But whenever a consumer consumes any data set from our cloud data warehouse, they need to know that the data documentation that's out there describing the data is accurate. They need to have good confidence on the quality of the data, and if the quality of the data does erode, it does happen sometimes, that they are immediately notified and they take remediation actions quickly. So trust is everything for us. And we use Alation as our centralized repository for enterprise metadata. We use Alation's connectors to scan hundreds of databases to collect technical metadata that paints a lay of the land for us, like what data is out there. Only once you know what's out there, you can conquer it, right? And then we go about enriching it with business metadata, operational metadata, and social metadata using a slew of front-end and back-end features that the catalog provides us. In addition to that, we also aggregate data lineage and data quality results so that when a problem happens, we are nimble and we are able to respond to the problem quickly. What's the ultimate benefit of all of this? More time for our data engineers and data scientists to work on their core tasks so that they can come up with these better customer experiences and manage our risks better.
And improve productivity across the board.
Across the board, global productivity, because we are globally distributed. We have an analytics center in Shanghai. We have empathy for them. They are 13 hours ahead. And if they want to know some information, picking up a phone is not an option. Sending an email is 13-hour delay already. So they need the information about the data sets that we do, readily available.
You know, gentlemen, I want to bring it to current day. Satyen, some exciting flurry of news coming out of Alation this week, including being named Snowflake's Data Governance Partner of the Year by Snowflake for, I believe, a third time.
A third time.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Can you walk us through this news, and what does this award mean for Alation?
It frankly means, it's like getting an award, honestly, from your spouse. Right, or getting a gift, right, on your wedding anniversary.
It's like family.
You know you're married, right? You know it's generally going well, but like it's really nice to get the affirmation.
It feels good.
It feels really good, and it feels really good that all of our customers can recognize that this partnership is really important to us. It starts with product.
Right.
Right. You have two companies that on a roadmap basis are collaborating release after release in order to be able to get the experience right for customers every single day, okay? You've got then go-to-market relationships. Does their field know about our product? Does our field know about the integration? Can we actually make it successful at customers? So, we take a lot of pride in our accolades. This is obviously one really important one for us. We have 35 of the Fortune 100 as our customers. We have last year raised a round of financing where we were 50% up when the rest of the market was 70% down. These are amazing accolades, but all of it, none of it, right? None of that matters unless we're getting customers like Prakash successful. And so to be able to be named Data Governance Partner of the Year is a great thing, but it's all in the service of customers that we have that we can jointly make successful.
I'm so glad that you mentioned your customer base. It's incredible. You have access to an incredible cross-section of global innovators and data leaders. What macro trends are you noticing? And would love to get your perspective on how Gen AI and LLMs will impact really across the broader industry, because that's top of mind here at Snowflake Summit.
Yeah, I think I've heard of Gen AI.
I'm pretty sure I can hear it as people walk by.
Yeah, literally, if you haven't said it 3 times, they have an ejection button out of this conference. You can't do generative AI, you can't do AI at all without trusted data.
Right.
It's as simple as that. You can have the most sophisticated algorithm, but if you feed it bad data, you're going to get bad responses. So the entire foundation for doing all of these amazing and interesting things, developing new models, leveraging existing models, all of that starts with a foundation of great data. That macro trend will affect every single industry in different ways. It'll affect medicine and how we practice it. It'll affect how we do our banking and financial services. It'll affect how we mine oil and gas. It'll affect shipping and logistics. It's going to be a phenomenally transformative journey, not without risks, but look, we're here for the ride and it's incredible to be here.
Well, gentlemen, such a pleasure sitting down with you. Congratulations to Discover and Alation, and thank you so much for joining me on Data Cloud Now.
Thank you for having us.
And for the audience watching, I'm Ryan Green with Data Cloud Now. We'll see you soon.